Hey guys, I'm going to talk about the absolute worst audition that I've ever had. So it came in like any other audition. I was in North Carolina at the time, and it was for an in-person in Atlanta. I never get in-person auditions. So I'm reading it, and it's all in English, and then at the top it says in Spanish. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. And I'm not trusting Google Translate. So I called one of my friends, translated it for me. He's not an actor, and he worked with me on the script. I worked on the script for 48 hours straight of just repeating the words. I was like, okay, it's like learning a song at that point because I don't know how to speak Spanish. So I'm just like mimicking the sounds. So I drive to Atlanta. I'm in this waiting room. I'm so freaking nervous. And they call me in. I was like, hey, so it's in English, but it says say it in Spanish. So what would you prefer? And he's like, you can do either. I was like, okay. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know this in English at this point. So I'm like, okay, I worked so hard. I'm just going to do it in Spanish. I do the whole scene. Just a couple little pauses, but I freaking nailed it. In my mind, I was like, okay, crush that. Just said the entire thing in Spanish. And I was like, okay, so by the way, I don't actually speak Spanish. So if I booked this, I'd have to just like memorize it in Spanish. And I was like, so I don't actually speak it. And he goes, no, I know. I was like, and that's the most crushing response that you could get from anybody. Just being like, yeah, I don't really speak Spanish. He's like, no, I know. I was so embarrassed. It was so awkward. I left and had a 5-hour drive home to think about it. I was just like, never again. Never again. Never again. I'm just gonna either completely learn Spanish or decline it next time. So I have since then never seen that casting director again. I have never gone in person for that casting director. It happens.
Part of this is to share that with actors.